This has not happened in years. I picked up an order, and 2 minutes on the road to the drop-off, the order was canceled. It was canceled. Now I don't know why. It was an easy pickup. Very strange. Delicious. It's that type of food. Those are the, I guess, like plantains, I guess, but they're sweet. The potato, corn, some kind of meat, and some kind of veggie. It looks like a broccoli, spinach. I'm not sure. Oh my God, that smells delicious. I am pleasantly surprised. When I saw it canceled, I was like, oh, I wish it was a place that I like the cuisine. Wow, I thought it was something completely different. Let's see what this is. Some kind of pasta with beef. You know. Yeah, it's some kind of beef. You know, it might be like, it's very fatty. Might be like, that oxtail, I think, maybe. That, the other dish, I know I'm gonna love. Yeah, it's different. I wish my mother's neighbor friend lived next to me. Because I know his name is Reese. I have a feeling he really likes the stuff. We've discussed it. Well, it's spicy. All I did was take one noodle. How is Shipt doing? I gave it a 10. Please tell us why you gave it a 10. Customer service help, fast when needed. I don't feel alone when in the field working. To what extent do you agree with the following statements? Work is available when I want it. You know, I'll say a 7 with that. Most of the time, I want it more often. The offers I receive are worth my time and effort. But then I'm going to stick with a 7. The Shopper app helps me complete orders efficiently. That's a shoo-in, yes. The Shopper app functions reliably. You know, yeah, it does. Help resources are useful to me. Yes, lately I've been reading the help resources. Have you contacted Shopper support via phone, email, or chat in the last 2 weeks? Yes. How would you rate the quality of the support agents? 10. Other than Shipt, which gig apps have you used to earn money in the past 12 months? Oh, Grubhub, Roadie, Uber Eats, Walmart Spark. Oh, and other. Delivered. Which gig app do you use most often to earn money? They're pretty all equal. I'll say Shipt. Why do you use this gig app most? Tips, well, tips, absolutely tips. Bonus surge and promo. No, I'm not in. I'll discuss that another time. Schedule flexibility, absolutely. App functionality. Help support, yep. I enjoy the work, yes I do. I like shop and deliver. Brand culture, relationships I build, other gigs not accepting workers. No, that's good. Those are good answers. How often do you receive tips outside of the Shipt app? I don't think I ever got a cash tip through Shipt. I don't believe I have. It's always come through the app. Please share any additional thoughts here. First time taking a survey. We appreciate your feedback and would like your permission to use your comments in our marketing materials. Of course you can. Thank you for putting together an app that I can use to earn money when I feel like working. Submit. So I'm waiting for that $20 tip to come through. It's not in my total here. By tomorrow, it will be. That was very nice of them giving me a $20 tip. It's Friday night. I came out for a little while. And I just picked up a double pickup and Uber Eats. One had alcohol, and the second drop-off did not. When I got to the second drop-off, they were requesting me to check an ID. The customer said no. There's no alcohol in my order. They weren't nasty about it, but they were like, no. I said, okay, no problem. I'll call support and I'll let them know. 15 minutes in, it took 15 minutes because at first they don't allow you to connect with a human and to call the way I haven't called in a long time. And they took that away. So I'm in the chat for at least 5 minutes trying to figure out, just get me a customer service on the other end, would you? Because now you're wasting my time. The app's not working properly. The first order did have alcohol. The second order don't. It doesn't. So I used my license before I even started the conversation because I didn't want to spend 10 to 15 minutes trying to figure this out. The customer was nice. They were like, no, I'm not giving you my license. I have no alcohol. I happen to agree with them. So I used my license and this is what showed up. I never did it before. And they said the names don't match. So I remember years ago, I was very nervous. I really relied on Uber. I didn't want to lose my opportunity to earn money. It was going at least a few years ago. And I wouldn't take a license unless it matched the account name. The license had to match the account name. Now I know for sure that Uber does that. I scanned my own license. I'm like, this person's probably older than me. They were definitely of age. And I just figured, hey, I'll give it a shot. It didn't go through. So then I had to spare the 10 minutes. Throughout the chat, I finally got to a location. It kept asking me the same questions over, and I just kept typing customer service, need assistance, customer service, need assistance, get someone on the phone, I need assistance. I just want you to swipe, it's completed. Because they did say, is it from the Outback? Yes. They can review the order. There's no alcohol in the order. So that was a real pain in the ass. I thought they were way past that. Like, why is there even a glitch like that in the app at this stage of the game? That, it was just a double drop off. And it became so much harder than it needed to be. What a pain in the butt. I spared 20 minutes cleaning my dashboard. I have Windex and Armor All. I cleaned out my phone a little bit. Said, we're going on 40 minutes. I checked out shipt. There was nothing going on. Let me get near home. At least I know I'll complete a few Grubhubs or something, or Ubers. They paid me $17.85. I was going to get 20-something and some extra pay for delivering. Now I don't have to drop it off. And I waited long enough. I was patient. I waited at least 40 minutes. By the time I pulled up, I went into the store. Then I organized my car a little bit. Like I said, I cleaned up a little bit. I said, that's it. Because now if I wait any longer, I won't get a handful on the way home. So here we go. I'm heading home. I didn't do a lot today, but they were higher payouts and very low miles. I only drove 24 miles so far. I didn't leave until like 4-ish. So here we go. Eventually I'll get this video up. If you're watching this part, that means I finally got it up. So it's very quiet. It's a quiet summer, very peaceful. And I've been seizing the opportunity of isolating myself to develop new skills, learning how to use AI so I can expand with my online business and a few other things I'm doing. So I've been going out at night and it's just so quiet. I completed a shipt and maybe 5 Ubers. I said, I'm going to come home. It just wasn't, nothing's happening. So last week I canceled a delivery on me. I woke up, I was making coffee, it was canceled. So I did accept one for tomorrow, and it's a $30 payout, but it's pretty local. And I thought complete one. Tomorrow's Friday. I don't have my availability on for the weekends anymore with Delivered or Easy Cater. Oh, and by the way, Delivered is called Expedite now, if you're not aware. Expedite. And I knew that last week. So they're going through a lot of changes. Everything's going through a lot of changes. I had a problem with the shipt at the checkout. And maybe I completed 2 ships. I'm sorry. Oh. And it's just very quiet, guys. And this is what I expected. But I told myself in 2025, the summer of 2025, I will level up to a level that people will wish they hired me. That's what this comes down to. I could do a separate video, but this is all about being an independent contractor, an entrepreneur, self-employed, freelancer, and I'm 57 years old now. At this stage, I might as well just keep going and create my own enterprise. Why put all this energy into making someone else look good and make them wealthy? So I will do this again tomorrow. I will be out tomorrow. I'm going to force myself to stay out during the day. Even though I don't think there's going to be any business. I'll see what happens. I'll complete that $30 payout. And hopefully, it's just quiet on the home front. When it's quiet, you work harder. You push forward harder. You plow away. When everybody else is going, oh, I'm so bored. I need something to do. There's plenty to do. There's a lot going on here. So that's that. I will show you a couple of things from my friend Rob throughout the past few weeks. This guy's a hustler. He's a hustler. Oh, and they use him a lot. Delivered. Expedite. And he's going away next week. He won't be around for 8 days. And I have a feeling they're going to miss him very much because he takes those large orders. And I have no desire to deliver, $1,400 worth of food, $1,800 worth of food. I like the smaller orders and local. I did that for Delivered for 2 years. And it got me less and less and less. So I take the ones that are just logical and easier. And I'm done with that. But I'll keep my foot in the door. I'll keep my finger on the app. And just keep going. So check this out. The guy really knows how to hustle. He earned some good money a few days. Real good money. Rob has turned into my coworker. Absolutely. We text each other at least a few times a week. On this day, Sunday, July 27th, at 4:12 p.m., he sent me a long message, but at the end of it, he writes, I'm killing it today. All shops, $237, working 9 to 4, working dinner and going home. It's all coming back to me now because this video is a recap of the past few weeks. He lucked out. He received this $35 payout and it was on his way home. He goes, Michelle, I delivered ice cream. That's what he said. I delivered ice cream. I could show you the whole conversation, but this video would turn into, an hour video. And I was like, wow, well, you hustle. You deserve it, Rob. And then he explained to me when Uber Eats wants someone to complete a job when a store is about to close, the price goes up. They'll pay you more to get the job done, to get the shop done. and he lucked out, and he said it was on his way home. So I remember he got at least $35 for that. That's a good ending to a great day. Then another day, it was a Sunday, DoorDash, $259.97. Instacart, $65.42. Uber Eats, $60.18. Cash tip, $5. $390.57 for the day. He completed 4 restaurant deliveries. I'm assuming that was scheduled deliveries. Retail pickups, and 14 shops. He drove 117 miles. And his hours were 9 a.m. to 8 p.m., 11 hours. It was a Sunday. Sundays, it can be beautiful out. If you stay out all day, you'll earn money. Then he tells me he received a $35 base pay. It was a $44 payout. It was on a Sunday. He was floored. It was on his way home. It was his last delivery. It popped up. He explained to me how they will pay you more if they want a shop done, if a store is about to close, and for 5 pints of ice cream. That is crazy. This guy hustles. He received a $122 payout to deliver $568 worth of food. Not bad. This is the kind of offers he receives. Then he sent me this. It was $1,800 worth of food, but the payout was only $57. He was like, say no, Michelle. They didn't even send it to me because I think I set it up a long time ago. I can't deliver that amount of food. Here's another day. It says Friday at 9:09 p.m. I guess that was a Friday. $322, 11 and a half hours, 120 miles. No catering. I turned on availability for tomorrow and got this. So I'm going to do this and I'm done. We've become friends, and most of the time he takes off Saturdays. He received this, $113.43 payout for $690 worth of food. Pretty sweet. 8.7 miles. Not bad. Something he has been doing, and when he has $300 to $400 days, he'll turn on the New York City area, the region. This guy drives from mid-Suffolk, but this is who he is right now. This is a chapter in his life that he is an app delivery person, and he's younger than me. He's stronger. He has the right equipment. He also has car vans, like he has larger cars, and he'll go to the city. He'll go to Queens. You know, if you go home after 11 hours and you say you earn $390, you know, many people would do that. Here's another one. I mean, he just scores $118. But he really does hustle. He knows how to work all the apps. He's very into working the scheduled deliveries right now. Here's another one. Do you see what he does? Look at this. This is $1,769 worth of food from a place called Ivorone Brothers. I believe the one in Wantagh. $211. That's some payout. Look at the tip. $200 tip. $200. And look at the base pay from the gig app. $10.64. That's disturbing. Everyone is out for themselves. It's the only way to be. Now, I won't share that conversation, show it in the text. Something happened to Rob. Restaurants and managers of restaurants have taken him to the side, and it's happened to me several times, but I chose not to go down that route because I happen to appreciate the apps. It keeps a middleman in the middle. I happen to like that. I don't want somebody calling me up and saying, well, I have a schedule tomorrow. Are you going to be here? And they pay them cash. He has been approached, just like I have been approached. And I was approached before I met Rob and after. And he shared something with me. It doesn't matter the place. He was called the night before, and he said, okay, I'll do it. I believe it was a Saturday afternoon, midday. The guy said, I want to take a day off, and he needed his staff to be in the store. He was willing to pay Rob out of pocket, you know? So Rob said, sure. He was there. He had to go back to the restaurant for whatever the reason was, but he was hired to work a couple of hours. Well, I can't remember the exact pay, but it was worth his time. But the tip, I believe, was a $60 tip. And he said he was taken back because somebody in the store said, well, you know, they work really hard here too. Not the person who hired him for the day, for the job, not the boss person, but I believe an employee. And that was my question to him. Said, well, don't you think you should give them $20? He was like, what? He took him by surprise. For a staff member to tell a delivery person that's hired from a boss, by a boss, don't you think you should give up your money? He works hard too. But Rob's not on payroll. Rob is an independent contractor that the guy approached him, and occasionally he steps up to the plate by choice. Why does Rob have to give his tip? It was a very large order. You know? I don't know how to feel about that. And I was sending him texts because who is anyone in the store to tell a delivery driver that's hired by an owner that they have to give up a part of their tip? He said, I gave him $10. You know, you don't know what was said among. That worker put Rob in an uncomfortable position, thinking that, well, you know, you got that, so you give this to them. If they got the tip, do you think they would have given it to him? Even if he was hired just to deliver? I don't think so. I don't think so at all. I got very angry about that. You know, and he did share how he felt with me, but then he let it go. And the next day I was like, well, what happened? Did you discuss with the owner? I wanted to know. Because I think that's bullshit. He was approached. It's not like Rob's going around going, want to hire me on the side? We don't do that. I've been approached by owners. Here's my card. You want to work for me on the side? We'll get rid of the app. If they like you, they'll do that. If they feel you're dependable, they'll do that. If they like the presentation, you're delivering to homes a lot of the times with that. Homes, not offices during the week. They'll do that. If they feel they like the presentation you give for their company, it's as if they're hiring a staff. I like this person. They'll do my business good. Such bullshit.